Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, we discussed UNAMID today in the Council, and I would like to present to you elements that the Council agreed upon that I might present to the press. Council members, as you know, heard briefs from Joint Chief Mediator Bassolet and from Assistant Secretary General Mullet. They expressed their full support to UNAMID and for Bassolet's efforts, Mr. Bassolet's efforts as Joint Chief Mediator. The political process for Darfur has reached a critical point. The members of the Council therefore called on all parties to commit to finding a peaceful way forward, and in particular also called on all those who have not yet joined the peace process to do so without delay. The participants in the recent Civil Society Forum have clearly articulated the demands of the people of Darfur in this respect. And the members of the Security Council also expressed their strong concern at attacks on UNAMID staff and humanitarian workers. They called for all parties to unconditionally guarantee full access as well as the security of humanitarian workers and UN personnel. They're also for the immediate release of hostages and for perpetrators to be brought to justice. They continue to press for UNAMID to be deployed and be able to operate with full efficiency. And the members of the Council also underscored that they will, through the Joint Chief Mediator, continue to monitor the Doha peace process. These are the points that I wanted to make to you today.
Last week there were reports that Sudan is asking the UN, whether that's the Secretary of the Security Council, to begin thinking of retracting or removing the peacekeeping mission. Did this come up at all, and what do you think of, given what your elements of the press? What do you think?
No, this was certainly not an element that came up in the discussion today. The members of the Council expressed their appreciation of the fact that the build-up of UNAMID has continued, still needs to continue eventually, and they also supported the strategic plan of the Secretary General in this regard.
And also on the DRC sanctions, right before Thanksgiving there was this leak, coordinated leak of the experts report, which is pretty damning in terms of both member states and also MONUC's engagement with units involved in taking out natural resources. In the consultations, has there been any discussion of that report, and what are the Security Council and its members going to do about its findings?
Well, as I think you already reported, the discussion as such was primarily on the sanctions regime, but I think there is concern by many members in the Council as far as the findings are concerned, and I think it is part of the general discussion. It will become part of the general discussion, that is at least my own opinion as an Austrian, if I may say so, on the renewal of MONUC's mandate. I already made the point at a number of occasions that when MONUC's mandate is renewed, we must take particular care to ensure that the elements contained in Resolution 1894 are integrated into the new mandate in an improved way, so as to make sure that MONUC can fulfill its priority role, but because that is, as you know, under the existing resolution, its priority role to protect civilians. But this, I mean, is a national comment that I'm making. I want to underline specifically.
Finally, if you don't mind, the Venezuela said that it did on Wednesday give a request to put Colombia on the agenda of the Security Council. What's happened with the documents that you gave, and what's been? They're citing your Resolution 1894 as the basis for it. What are the next steps, and what in international capacity? What do you think?
As I think the ambassador of Venezuela explained in a press conference of his own, he handed a letter to me which contained the presentation of the Venezuelan position on the subject. He asked me to circulate this letter as an official document of the Council, which we already did on Friday. It of course still needs to be translated into the official languages, and as you also rightly say, this letter contains a reference to the wish of Venezuela to see the matter it presented on the agenda of the Council. But as you also know, it is up to the members of the Council to decide if, whether and when they wish to put matters on the agenda of the Council. Thank you. If there are no further questions, as this is the last occasion that I have to speak to you in my capacity as President of the Council for the month of November, I want to thank you for what I, in any case, saw as an excellent cooperation between the Austrian Presidency of the Council and the Press Corps. And we will still continue on the Council in our modest capacity as elected member of the Council, and we take this seriously, as you know, and I look forward to continue working with you in this capacity for the next 13 months. Thank you very much.
Thank you.